Riot gave me early access to Set 17 Space Gods, and I played the new cash out trait Anima. If you like going Giga first in your lobbies, this trait and this video is definitely for you. Let's get into it. Hey all, so this is Set 17. Sorry, I missed the first part, so I might edit in a part where you get to see the intro, because that's where the two gods come in. But overall, this is a really interesting set. And in this game, I'm actually going to be playing the new cash out trait, which is going to be very similar to Set 13. So right here, I get dropped the 3-cost cash out trait. So all I need is the 1 and the 2 cost, which is Briar and Jinx. So if you played last set, it's like I got Milio, and now I'm hard forcing getting Nico and Kiana to get the cash out trait. So right now I'm reading the Anima trait, and basically if you see it, you basically gain more and more tech every single time you lose, and you also get tech per Anima takedown as well. So you want to lose by as little as possible, but you still want to keep that lose streak going so that you get as much of it as possible. So 15 times 5, you can get 75 per turn, plus you can gain 2 tech per takedown from your Anima units, I think is what it is. Or it could just be 2 takedowns, but I think it's 2 takedowns from your Anima units. So you really want to have the weakest board in the lobby, but not the weakest board possible. You want to kill as many units, so it's going to be this fine line. Obviously just losing is more important. The other caveat to Anima is that at every 100 tech, so at 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, etc., you can save your tech, and or you can actually kind of just cash it out instead. So depending on what cash out you want, there will be loot tables, I'm sure, later. I'm not working with loot tables. This is just the playtest. This is something that you can play around with, and so it's really like Chemtech. I think it's closer to Chemtech than not, actually, because I did see some specific Anima breakdowns or some specific Anima items there where it's like better on Jinx or it's better on Briar. So I think there's going to be multiple ways to play Anima. I'm not sure if you're supposed to stay in Anima or not, but I think 5 Anima is not that good. There's no benefit to 5 Anima. It's just gain 2 HP. So I would imagine that a lot of the time you just want to be in your 3 core Anima, or you want to just drop out completely. I think this game I ended up staying in 3, but I think that was a mistake. I think I just didn't really know what Anima did, and I should drop out completely. I like try to make a board with all the Anima, or not all the Anima, but like 3 of the Anima, but there's no point in me staying in 3. I actually don't need to stay in any, to be honest. But I do end up playing around the 5-cost Anima Fiora here, which is really exciting. I think this unit is so cool. We'll get to her later, but I get to play around a lot of the cool 5 costs, and I'm excited for you guys to watch. So in this mechanic, I'm basically just lose streaking for a while, so I think I might even stop talking for bits and just let you guys watch. But there's kind of an interesting lose streak mechanic now. So before, you used to get carousel priority, right? You notice that it's tiny titans, not titanic titans, and I think that's on purpose. One, there's no carousel, so there's no point in titanic titans, but I think here in particular, the lose streak mechanic is completely different than it was before. Basically, if you're in first or second, you get nothing new. If you're in first and second, you get nothing new. If you're in third and fourth on PvE rounds, on your next PvE round, so right now we're on stage 2, so on the 2-7 one, which is normally called Krugs, you're gonna get an extra Forger if you're in 3rd or 4th place. And if you're in 5th and 6th place, instead of a random item, you're going to get component anvil instead, and a reforger. And if you're in 7th and 8th, instead of getting random items, you're gonna get 2 component anvils and a reforger. So we'll see that at various points in this game, actually, that so I roll 0 here. I'm really forcing it, just to be clear. I really want to give you guys the tuber for Anima, but as we're gonna see here, Tiny Titans is actually not that good. It's obviously good with Anima because it's kind of like the cash out trait, so it's good to have HP. But I'm actually gonna get no extra benefit from losing because I'm actually in first and second place here at the very, very top. So we're not gonna see me on Krugs get more resources or better priority or anything like that, whereas 7th and 8th will get Reforger and component anvils instead. So while you cannot get your item of choice, you can get chances at your item of choice. So I think loose streaking in this set is going to be a lot worse, but how much worse, I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of hard to say. You still will get golds from these new carousel rounds. I call them god rounds, but you can call them whatever. And in this particular game, there's Ekko God, which you can see on the right, and Thresh God, which you can see on the left. Thresh gives you randomness. I know on the tooltip it says Soraka, God of Stars, and Evelyn, God of Ambition, but you see that Ekko kind of gives you deferred power. Each one of these gods have their own trait to them, their own like style, their own uniqueness to them. So this is kind of a mix between, if you guys played set 9 in Legends, like that gave you a unique style to the game, but it's also kind of similar to encounters in a lot of ways. It's a cool mix, but there's only going to be 2 gods per game. So in this game, there's Ekko, which gives you like deferred power, and then there's Thresh, who gives you something random. He's the random guy. He'll give you something from another god, or he'll just give you nothing. But you see there, because I'm 7th and 8th, I'm the first or second place here. I don't get anything extra here. I actually get 2 gold. I think if you're 7 or 8, you get 3 gold. So that is the advantage that you get, is like maybe a little bit more gold. I'm not exactly sure. I could be wrong on that one. So we'll have to double check. But yeah, I think this is going to be pretty interesting for Lost Streak and the implications for Lost Streak. I think if you've been playing set 16, this has really encouraged Lost Streak, especially in the last couple patches where 3-cost reroll has been really strong, Bard has been easier to unlock, and all that stuff. You know, naturally 3-cost reroll will involve like wanting to lose streak and then bouncing back, which is perfect for the Bard formula that you have in set 16. Right now, I think you can make pretty good items in general if you just choose your right direction, if you play your early game well, if you hold things that make sense basically in your early game. If you have an AD start, you can make good items still. So yeah, I think this should reward more flexible play rather than forced play, but I think there will still be forcing, but I don't know if lose streak is always going to be the best thing to get there, except with Anima, except for the cash out trait, which I'm currently playing, and I'm currently really trying my best to lose, but lose by, again, as little as possible. I'm a little afraid of this person, so again, you really don't want to lose your lose streak. I'm just now starting to get into the benefit of the lose streak, so I'm at 15 times. I'm going to be at 5 now, so I should be getting a lot of anima tech at this point. I think I should be getting 75 plus 2 for every unit that I kill. So I'm thinking they're 5 rogue, they're fine. I'm going to play a stronger board here. I think I do end up playing 2 jinxes here. But yeah, so we'll see on Krugs. I won't get much more benefit here. I think I might get a Reforger if I'm 3rd place. I kind of forgot in this game. But yeah, I'm basically, my game plan this game is like, I'm hoping that, I don't really know what's in the Anima Cashout, but I'm trying to make it as good as possible, trying to survive as long as possible. So I'm trying to play a real board, but I don't know what items I should be making is kind of the problem, because I don't know what the Cashouts can give me. So I'm kind of going in blind here, but it's definitely interesting. I actually got 40, so I think it's based on your loss streak, not from that round, but from the round you just played. So I was 4 loss, so I get 40. But I think from here on out, I should be getting 45. And this is the 100 cash out breakpoint. So obviously we're going for bigger and better. I assume it just gets better and better. But again, I think we will see one that's like a Jinx specific one later. But the rest of this mid game is actually pretty straightforward for the most part. So I'm going to let you guys watch through this without my voice, because honestly, there's not much to watch here or to explain, because I'm just trying to figure out a board at the end of the day that fits in Anima, which, again, I don't really need to fit in.
Let's go. I go where my research takes me. Fear me.
I'm on the job. All in. Just my style.
Old man with a lamp coming through. your fate.
Look out!
So we're jumping right back into the gameplay, and this is where we actually see the new lose streak mechanic we talked about earlier come into play. I'm actually 8th place now, so Tiny Titans doesn't grief me, and here I get to see 2 component anvils, and I also get to see a Reforger as well. So that's your benefit of being the bottom place guy, is that you get to see component anvils, so you don't get your component of choice, but you get 2 chances at it, which is not bad, but sometimes you don't always get it. In fact, here I think we're gonna end up looking for a Voyager spats here, which is I think I just reforged this because I didn't know what trade I wanted, and then I was thinking more these classes might be better, and the Voyager spat specifically gives my teammates a bunch of stuff, so I didn't really I saw these and I didn't see that it was helpful, whereas if I just place a Voyager spat unit next to something, that should be really good. And I thought I was playing Voyager because I thought I was playing Aurora and Karma, but as we talked about before, I really should just drop out of all the Anima. There's no point in being in 3 Anima unless I have an Anima specific weapon. Yeah, so again, I'm still going for it, but here I just have to make Guard Breaker and I'll go for Voyager spat later or figure out what the spat does later. Right now, not a big deal. Yeah, but what's going to happen now is I'm going to get that, you know, Ekko is deferred power, and he gave me the 2 5-cost champions, and right now I'm thinking I'm going to be playing around that as well as Fiora. I'm hoping the cash out will give me Fiora here. That's why I make Edge of Night and IE Guard. I don't know exactly if she's a caster, but I think she is, so at least at this point I think she is. But we get Shen and Graves. This cash out just didn't seem good enough to me. The items seemed kind of normal for 460, so we're definitely gonna have to look at the loot tables from after this, you know, once they release it, and kind of see where the good breakpoints are and how strong these weapons are. But I didn't feel really comfortable with that, and we have 28 HP, but we do get Shen and Graves out of this, and I think Shen kind of has this sword that gives your team a buff, and I don't really know what my cash out is, so I don't roll here, but Graves is really cool. Graves is going to be, like, I don't know if he's good or not. Like, I think it will be a balancing question more so than anything. So we don't get a rod here either, which really sucks, so we have to make Sunfire. But yeah, Graves is going to be really cool. If you ever played set 13 with Junker King, where you could choose upgrades, Graves is a lot like that, but he has no trait, so he kind of just is a really good unit. I think he's considered a threat-like unit, and so I think he's almost a bit stronger because he has no traits. He's actually a bit stronger. They make him like a 5.5 cost, similar to like Tarek from last set or Skarner from last set, or yeah, those threat-like units. They make them a little stronger as a result. And so now you get to choose his frame, like what identity are we going down. I didn't really know, but I had IE, Guard, and Edge, so I thought he was going to be more like an assassin. But then I get Fiora here, and I get 3 great items. So really lucky I get Fiora here. I don't know the loot tables. Obviously, they don't release that information on the playtest, so yeah, it's really lucky I get Fiora here because we made items for her. But we also get 3 great items. I'll read the description out loud, and but basically I get 2 AD items. The first one is Echoing Bat Blades. So every 5 attacks, you fire 10 Bat Blades split between the nearest 3 enemies, and each blade does 50 physical damage. And then the other one that we saw that was AD was Savage Slicer, and it's basically like a Titanic Hydra. It hits enemies in an adjacent hex for 30% damage, and your Omnivamp is taken into account. So 150% on Omnivamp is taken into account. So it has a Briar specific bonus, so I'm interested to see, you know, we saw one with Jinx. If you guys were watching when I wasn't talking, there was one specific one with Jinx. I'm wondering if this is more like Chem Baron, where I think it's going to be a mix of like Chem Baron and Cashout, where you really get to choose if you're playing like reroll Anima or something like that, or if you're just playing at tempo. So I think there's going to be options here, and the cash outs will tell you what to do, more so than anything. This is really high roll. I get a copy of Fiora from the carousel, so that's really good. I think that's my reward for being last place. So I do think they take into unit quality, unit cost into the account when you're last place. So I do think you get more gold as your last place, and if you were first place here, maybe you get a 3 cost or a 2 cost or something like that, 3 gold total. So that's pretty cool for us here, that we end up with Fiora pair. But yeah, I think these 2 AD items are okay, but the really good item that I saw here was actually the Ice Blast armor. It's gonna be the blue one. I think this one actually wins me the game. The other one seemed like okay, but okay, really quick, let's look at the Graves upgrade. So you're gonna be able to see which one I pick. I'm not really sure if the one I pick is ever the right one, but I'm kind of trying to be like just running through their team, bursting through their team, because I'm gonna put guard and IE on them. So and put the Anima weapons on Fiora, because Fiora is more like an attack speed person, and I already gave Graves my like tank buster frame, I think it was, or assault frame, sorry. So he's like really gonna be like a burst AD caster type of guy, and I'm making Fiora my attack speed girl because she has the passive where she's like old school Fiora, where you can see her like dashing around and stuff, but she's finding vitals, and basically every time she attacks, like every X number of attacks, she finds a vital, and that vital not only heals her, but it also does true damage and additional more damage on top of that. So I think she's a bit of an AD caster, and she has high base attack speed as well. So I think she can use both. I think she would actually be pretty good with IE guard as well. I'm not really sure on that. We're gonna have to like dig into her AD ratios and stuff like that, but I think she's also wanting that as well. But I just kind of split the items as I see fit. Graves Fiora needs more Edge of Night. She might die. This helps her de-aggro and stuff like that. And so every round I'm getting to choose a Graves upgrade. It's really cool. Yeah, and here I'm just rolling for more frontline. My frontline looks atrocious to me. My board's completely under upgraded, so just find something. And I have Voyager, so that's pretty good. But the really cool item I want to talk about is the Ice Blast armor, the blue one on Illaoi right now. This gives a ton of tank stats, and basically it gives Warden as a trait. So every time I fall below 70% and 35% HP, you gain a 20% max HP shield, and you also release a Frost Nova and stun the enemies within 3 hexes for 1.5 seconds. So not only does my tank become an Omega tank on this side, but the stun is just absolutely insane. If anyone has a melee carry here, they are just getting stunned like twice every fight for a long time. Within 3 hexes is crazy, right? And if I kill this right side really quickly and I walk down to the range carry, it just will stun their range carry in the right side corner if my tank moves down, which is kind of the idea here with my current thing. We see that I've sided with Ekko more as a god, so I've sided with Ekko I think all 3 of the times. I could be wrong, but I've sided with Ekko all 3 of the times, so I get Ekko's blessing here. No matter what, I'm getting Ekko's blessing, and then I get 3 other things here, which I'm trying to decide between right now. And right now I'm pretty sure I just take a Marauder spat, because Marauder is basically like Slayer. It has Slayer plus like the old Vanquisher thing where you get golds for every time you kill something type of thing. But the big thing is that we get the blessing from Ekko, and Ekko gives us an anomaly. If you played that set, I don't even know what set it was, sorry, but if you played the anomaly set, I think that was also set 13, you get some bonus effect. So the anomaly, based off if you're an attack fighter, marksman, tank, whatever, you get a different effect. Right now it's bugged. I actually posted this. So it's saying that my Galio, my Mighty Mech is a marksman. And I tried like flipping this around on things because it should be giving me like a ton of HP. Basically, it gives you a ton of HP if you're a tank, a ton of like attack speed if you're a marksman, a ton of AD if you're a fighter, all this stuff the anomaly gives you. And it basically takes up an item slot, but it's a really strong item slot. So Ekko's blessing is like, Ekko's really cool because you get to play this playstyle where you get to win outs, right? So we talked about these gods and how you get to play a particular playstyle. I feel like Ekko, you get to really choose that. Graves, I really don't know, again, what what upgrade does what. I have no idea, but I'm just doing the one that sounds cool. And Buckshot, just increasing my radius for this guy sounds really good. And I think later, if I did not already choose it, I choose a dash one, and you're gonna see this Graves just like go insane. You're gonna see this Graves like actually just dash around the map so quickly and just become like this melee assassin, like two-ranged assassin. It's gonna be crazy later on. I don't know if we skipped that part. Sorry, I was explaining so many other things. But this Fiora Graves combo just seems really good because Fiora's just like killing one target at a time. Boom, boom, boom. True damage right there. Floats to backline. Graves is just plowing through the front line as well. But Fiora's like, look at how cool Fiora is. I believe she's got to be untargetable, but she's just dashing all over the play. And I'm asking chat right now, how come my anomaly isn't working? I have marksman on my Galio. I'm not really sure how it works, but yeah. I messaged the dev team after, and it was just a bug. So yeah. So we still are getting anima tech. I really should drop out all the animas that aren't useful. Right now it technically fits on my board, but I assume the anima units aren't that good. In general, I assume they're just like not that good as pure unit quality. But yeah. We get Blitzcrank, who's like this magic tank vanguard. He's more like an attack fighter. I think I end up trying to put items on him, but he also gets attack marksman later, so that ends up sucking, but whatever. But yeah, like, I just want you guys to see how cool this Fiora unit is. She's just dashing all the time, doing true damage, and just like ulting left and right. Like, it's just really cool. And hopefully you see this ice shield. Like, no one can kill this ice shield. It's actually crazy. No one can kill this ice shield. Once we get to Graves 2-star and Fiora 2-star, like, my team is just insane. And I swear, once we see these Grave dashes, you're gonna see this Graves unit be very, very cool. I don't know what upgrades I got offered throughout, but I really think like his upgrades like make him a max cap unit. He's kind of like Tom Kench, where the more you invest in him, the better they get. And like Junker King from that one set. So I think here I do take the grab boosters. Oh, sorry. Really interestingly, we skip 4-5 and they just give you a chance to take an anvil here. I thought I needed more gold to hit my 5 costs because I was quite poor, but then I just did a double drop. But there you got 3 random items, sorry, and then 1 completed anvil. So here you actually have far more agency, I think, as far as capping out your board. You can really never get grief because you get 4 possible items here, and you can also take gold if you're poor and you need to hit 5 costs. Like I just needed to hit my 5 costs there, and I thought that was going to be a bigger upgrade than any items because I'm good on items because I got anima tech. But yeah, I think the important thing is that you get agency throughout the game, and I think that's really cool. Like, I think people are gonna think this is like, oh, just encounters and stuff like that, but this set is so cool. One, all the units look really good. The music is really good, which I didn't think of my guy as myself as a music guy, but I definitely think that the music makes a huge diff. One of my favorite sets was set 10, and the music was insane. Obviously, it was dependent on your board, so that was really cool, but I think the music is really good, and this set's polish is just so nice with all the splash art and everything like that. It all just looks really, really nice in my opinion. So hopefully you guys like this set too. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think the set mechanic is going to lead to a lot of interesting gameplay. But yeah, let's just watch this Graves really quick. He's just dashing. Sorry, there's some fights where he just does something crazy. Like here he just, I don't know how he re-aggroed here, but he's just dashing, resetting, and Fiora's like dashing, resetting. I don't really know. Every board I play against just explodes. Especially in these late game fights. I don't really know which one were the best Graves upgrades. Like there was a difference between choke and buckshot and stuff like that. I just took buckshot because I was like, oh, more damage amp and I'm longer range. It's fine. I need to hit multiple units. It's kind of like a low-key damage amp. I'm sure there are better ones I could be taking, but man, this dash looks so cool in a lot of the fights. This dash looks so cool in a lot of the fights. But yeah, the dragons are still the same. It's just the carousels that have changed where it gives you the items and stuff like that. So I think that's a huge... The capped out boards are going to be even more capped out, I think, in this set, because people will be optimizing their boards and their items will never get griefed on carousel. You're never going to have an empty carousel, I think. You're either going to get a huge gold injection, I got 12 gold, or you're going to get an item. So I think you're really going to be able to have to play your spot and play fundamental TFT, which is good news for my viewers in this channel, right? Because we're all fundamental players here. We're all good fundamental players. I wonder if I take grab booster 2 because I thought it was so cool. I think I do. I just saw this Graves dashing, and I think we're gonna dash like faster and faster. I don't want to be that guy, but it's just so cool, man. Like, this Graves unit is so cool, and I've just been investing into this Graves. He's not only 15 gold for himself, but like, I don't know how much I've spent in upgrades, but I probably spent like 15 gold in upgrades at this point as well. But it's gonna pay off. Like, just watch this Graves. I think my Fiora has now solidly turned into my secondary carry at some point, but this Graves is just gonna run through everything. Look at how fast he's dashing, man. He's just resetting on everything. I sometimes don't really know what's going on because my Graves is just going from one side of the map to the other instantly in these fights. This person has Graves, but we're gonna see my stun. They actually go for a 3-star Riven this game. Riven's a 4-cost rogue. They brought back rogues, but I think they're gonna be less assassin-y. They're gonna be more like dropping aggro and stuff like that. But this ice blast armor that sends out a frost nova is so good against melee. It's every unit within 3 hexes gets stunned for 1.5 seconds. That's crazy, as well as being an incredible tank trait. It gives you just Warden for free, basically. So we play this person again. They have 2-star Vex, and I think they took an Aatrox hero augment and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna watch my... Okay, so I'm stunned, but I'm just watching Graves like dash across the map every single one of these fights. Like, this character is just too cool. I don't know where he is. He's going too fast. But yeah, this character is too cool. I don't even have Shred. Because yeah, my bad. Sorry, didn't build dpei this, but yeah, this character is so cool. We're gonna play against this Riven guy and watch my ice blast armor just stun his entire team. So right now I'm just lined up my ice blast armor in front of his entire team, and it's just gonna stun them. My board's really strong as is, but I think the ice blast armor and the Anima Cashout really puts me over the top. I think these are like okay items on Fiora, nothing crazy. I think the Omnivamp kind of makes sense with her kit as well, but this ice blast armor, like, he has no like far range carry. So I was initially a little afraid and sent my karma away from the rogue, but there's just nothing you can do against this 1.5 second stun. Look, they're stunned, and then they're stunned again, and all the time my Graves are just pounding. So I think they end up selling, but you really see the power of the ice blast armor there. I think that was the best anima tech I got here. I just take if I remember, I just take the most expensive one because expensive's got to be better, right? And then I get an item for my Blitzcrank presumptively here, so I just take Crown Guard because he's kind of an AP fighter type guy. And we'll just take anything here for sure. It's the last fight. But yeah, I think these 5 costs are going to be really cool. I have other gameplay where I play other 5 costs. I think Jin is a really cool 5 cost. Sona's a really cool 5 cost. I think if you really like the flexibility and the 5 costs being really strong in this set, in this press set 16, you're gonna really like this set as well. I think visually this set is a lot more engaging as well. So for those people who like pretty sets, this is going to be a very pretty set. Let me tell you, this is going to be a very pretty set. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay, but yeah, I hope you guys have fun. As much fun playing set 17 as I did in my first couple days. I think it's going to be a great set.